So hello and welcome to another episode of Superpeople's Charities Keeping Connection. I'm here today with Crumbs, a local Bournemouth-based charity who work with people with mental health conditions and learning difficulties and help them to gain skills in employability and catering. First of all, would you two like to introduce yourselves?
Yes, hello, I'm Erica Sloper. I'm the food service manager here at the Crumbs Centre, and this is my colleague.
I'm Leanne Miller and I'm the operations manager.
Brilliant. And could you two tell us a bit about what Crumbs do, when it started and the kind of work that you get up to?
Yeah, I'll let Leanne start.
So Crumbs started in 1996. It was founded by Anne Gardner, who's our founder. The reason she actually started the organisation was because her daughter had mental health issues, and Anne was trying to find something, practical for her to do, so it would alleviate, some of her mental health issues. But unfortunately, she couldn't find anything, so she decided that she would set up a charity herself. But it started in sort of one room in Charles House in Southbourne, with a couple of mixers and a couple of people with mental health issues, coming along and making cakes, and so that was taken away from them, their mental health issues. And that's basically how it started.
From Charles House, the bakery grew, is where I started. The bakery was slightly bigger. We could get 10 people in at a time. Again, all with mental health issues. We find reading a recipe and actually achieving the end product is a really good well-being tool for us. So from there, we felt that they needed interaction out into the community, get back into the community, social engagement and everything. So the cafe grew, which is where Leanne was.
Yeah, so that was in Boscombe. The cafe was in Boscombe. It was just a normal cafe. You had your ground floor where we had the cafe, and all the trainees used to actually work on the floor. They used to do all the coffee machine tills. They used to take orders. They used to prepare the food. And a lot of people didn't actually know that we were a charity and we help people with disabilities. We help people with mental health issues, learning disabilities, stabilised addiction, and people that had head injuries due to accidents or whatever, And we also had a sandwich service, which was run from the cafe, which was on the next floor up. And we had snack pack, which is boxes that we send out to organisations like solicitors, all sorts of different people.
From 2015, we came to Hibbard Court, which is our base now. We call it our Crumbs Hub. So from having a cafe and a bakery, ticking along quite nicely, we grew to be able to take on from 10 trainees in each premises to now taking on 32 trainees. So we now also do events outside, catering, food service, lunch clubs. We've just been at the wedding show over the last few years. So we've become a big professional catering establishment, with also having the chance for them to do reception, administration, and domestic cleaning. So there's a vast training package that we've grown into now. This was all pre-COVID.
This year for everyone has been slightly different, but how has the COVID crisis impacted Crumbs, and what have you done to adapt and get around that?
Crumbs being Crumbs, we don't sit back and wait for things to happen. We suddenly thought, well, we've got to do something about this. We have got so much passion for our charity, we couldn't let it disappear. We built up over the 21 years. We weren't going to let it go now. So we started offering food to the community, free food, because it's not about making money in a crisis. It's about supporting each other. So we support lots and lots of different vulnerability within the conurbation around here. We've got a residential home attached to us. So we were giving free food to them because they were going to be left with nothing because they were in isolation, so they couldn't go shopping. So we decided to put a community fridge out there. But as well as that, we needed to have some revenue in, so we decided to do a new online delivery service. So now we've got a new website, Crumbs at Home website. I've got to plug that one, where you can still order all of our food offering, but in a box. Social distance, social gatherings, social distance, it's all in there. You have your own individual box, so you're not touching, but you can still enjoy family time. So that's all on the web.
I mean, with the trainees, obviously, again, they had to, sort of self-isolate because of obviously their issues, and we just felt that we couldn't leave them alone. They've been with us for a long time, so we couldn't just leave them. So what we decided to do was we have weekly Zoom meetings with them. So we have group Zoom meetings. So we have 2 a week. Trainees attend those. What we do is we send out videos. They have to watch the videos. Then they're asked questions about, it could be anything. It could be food service. It could be, temperature probing. It could be about absolutely anything, So they have to watch these videos. Then we do their one-to-ones. And during their one-to-ones, that's more sort of focused on their getting units for their qualification, for their certificates. We've really, really sort of continued the training, although it's virtually, we've still continued. They've also got their own website. It's a dedicated website just for our trainees. So they can put stuff on the website, they can show what they've been cooking because they've been cooking at home. We put resources on there. They could do blogs. They could do all sorts of things on this website. So, we've really, really sort of been in contact with them 24/7, really, right throughout the pandemic.
Well, I just think it's really, really commendable. I just want to say thank you guys. You're not only helping your direct kind of service users and your trainees, but you're helping the whole community. And I think it's incredible that you've adapted in what is a very difficult situation. I've got a couple more questions. So your trainees, do some of them go on to find employment after they're with you?
Yes, we've had a few, haven't we? And even if they don't get paid employment, they always move on to something else. That could be voluntary, it could be absolute, maybe they want to go back to college or, do something else. So regardless of what they want, we'll always move them on to something. Once we've built their confidence and they're confident in their abilities and their skills, we'll find a lot of them will go out and get paid employment, So, but some will stay the full 2 years, and some we've even employed. So we've actually employed, 4 of our former trainees to actually work for Crumbs, and they are helping new trainees come in. When they come in, they're sort of mentoring them. So
absolutely, and we find that's a real skill because they've been there, so they understand. We can understand so much, but they really do understand because they've done the journey. They've been on that path.
What does the future look like for Crumbs as we hopefully get back to some new sense of normality?
Moving forward, we've got so much positive things in our head that we don't want to share them until they come to life.
we
don't want to give it all away. But maybe a new shop unit, maybe this, maybe that. There's so much that we're in talks with different people, as well as keeping our core feet on the ground, supporting our community, and that is the most important thing. We never ever want to lose our ethos of supporting our trainees, supporting the community, and us as Crumbs. We work as a team, don't we?
We do, yeah. The team is really, really, really strong. And we're just in the processes now of looking to get trainees back into the unit. Obviously, we have to be careful of social distancing. We have to make sure that we've got all those extra measures in place because of their disabilities. And like Erica said, you know, all those other things are in the background, and hopefully they'll come to fruition.
Well done for Crumbs since the late 90s, but also how you've adapted during COVID and supported not only the people that use your service directly, but the community around you. It's really commendable, and it's now your chance to plug anything that you haven't plugged. So,
I was going to say, get on that website, crumbsathome.org.uk, and we're ready to take your orders today.
Yeah.
All fresh ingredients, even our puff pastry is made from scratch. You are supporting our trainees reaching their goals, which is top, and you're supporting the community. So, yeah. Keep supporting basically. Yes.
Thank you very much. That's all for now then. Thanks, Crumbs.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.